This meeting back to order. Okay,
We never were in order.
we never were in order. Do I call anything here? I just start up?
Yep.
All right. I haven't done this. This is new.
Reconvene.
We're going to reconvene. When we stopped, we hadn't gotten to council communication and committee reports. So we'll begin with that. Mr. Yates.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Planning Commission met on June 30th. It was a very busy agenda. This is the last meeting before they break for the summer. So there was 7 items on the agenda. One was a final site plan for the FedEx project that's going in Cornerstone. The last meeting there was a lot of discussion regarding the configuration of that particular building and access points. They came back with several concepts, changing access points from 82 potentially through some internal roadways in Cornerstone. So there was a lot of discussion, and I believe there was some direction given by Planning Commission to FedEx that evening to basically come back with, what they've recommended as a final site plan for them. Second on the agenda was also the Cornerstone Phase 2 final site plan approval, which was approved. And this is just basically the configuration of the lots for the remainder of that project. There was a lot consolidation split for Whitewood Apartments. I guess this is something that's been going on for quite some time. And there was, court intervention that basically all we were doing was adopting something that had already been approved by the court system. So that was also approved. There was a Saffron parking lot. Was a final site plan approval on that, which was approved. And then Westside Falls had a similar use determination on a lot split, and this is regarding a Alzheimer's care facility. Tough to describe, but they did a really good presentation in terms of the project they're proposing. The similar use was, this is kind of a newer concept in terms of being able to accommodate and provide somewhat of a, we'll say, assisted living for early stage Alzheimer's patients. But the presentation was very well done, very well received, and so both the similar use and the lot split was approved. And I believe that was it. Watch the website. The Planning Commission is currently on break right now, so I don't expect another meeting until August. Mr. Scafidi is not here tonight, and so the BZA had also 4 basically appeals and variances, and this was on July 2nd. The first one was a wraparound deck addition that was on a property in Haverhill. That was a non-conforming setback. It was approved. Then on Andover Drive, there was a 3-season room that was added by a resident that needed an 8-foot rear yard variance. That was also approved. And then the Saffron parking lot needed a variance to allow some front yard parking, and that variance was also approved. Let's see. And then there was also a Cornerstone Business Park variance in relation to their current site plan that's going on. That variance was also approved. Dave, can I make these motions? Dave, can I make these motions grouped? Mm-hmm. Okay. So they've requested that we waive the 30-day period and waiting period for these particular variances. So at this time, I'd like to make a motion that we waive the 30-day waiting period for appeal 14-2014, 15-2014, 16-2014, and 17-2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Gary. Any discussion? Can you call the roll?
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, next we have Mr. Roden.
I do not have any reports tonight. I think Mr. Sorese will probably have one for Twins Day instead of myself. So that is it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. My committees have not met, as all. We have Mr. Fury.
I have not had any committee meetings and will not have a report this evening.
Okay, Mr. Sorese.
Thank you. The Twins Day Committee in July meets every Wednesday. As we get real close to the festival now, of course, we're doing a lot of last-minute work on making sure things are taken care of. I think residents may have seen an article in the bulletin regarding the change in the parade for this year. The parade will actually start close to Richner Court in front of the VFW Hall on the square, so it won't be starting back at the square as usual. And I know a lot of residents usually sit up in that area, so they're trying to encourage people to go further down the street because they just needed a much more room for staging of all the floats and entries in the parade. So it will be starting in a different area this year. And there may be some kinks in it, getting used to it for a year, but in the future I think it'll work out for us because it'll be much safer, because it was just getting too hectic on Church Street and on the square with vehicles and floats and that kind of stuff. So that'll be one major change. And as usual, the Twins Day golf outing, which will be on August 1st, Friday, August 1st, is open to anyone. If someone's interested in golfing, you can call the Twins Day Festival office and register for the golf outing and participate that way. And I've had no other committee meetings, but I would like to see if we could schedule a safety committee meeting. I believe Chief Noga might be out of town, and maybe when he gets back, Maureen will look at scheduling
Right.
upcoming safety
Yeah.
meeting. We've been talking about that. I think we should.
Right, I agree.
Okay, and that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. McDermott.
Yes, the Architectural Review Board met July 3rd. Number of items on the agenda. First item was 11178 Heritage Drive. It was a reverse gable on a patio roof by American Builders. It was sent back for additional information. Next was 2306 Champion Trail, first floor addition with basement, was approved as noted. Next was 10373 Sandalwood Drive, porch rear elevation, was approved as submitted. Next was 9261 Ellen Lane, new single-family dwelling by Ryan Homes, was approved as noted. Next item was 9005 Darrell Road. It was a non-illuminated planner, and it was approved as noted. And they had several other signs, and they were also approved as noted. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor.
Thank you, Mrs. Stoffer. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to start by announcing a few events that we have coming up with our seniors. And the first one is right now you can register for the annual senior picnic, which will be held Friday, August 22nd at 11 a.m. at Liberty Park. Registration is $7. Registration opened yesterday, so I would suggest if you're interested in coming that you register pretty quickly because it fills up very quickly. And again, that will be on August 22nd. A few of our up-and-coming events this Friday, July 11th, and I'm sorry if anybody mentioned it because I stepped out for a second, I hate to repeat it, but we will be having the Cleveland Orchestra concert and fireworks up at the Parisi Amphitheater. This is $10 per person, general admission, and the VIP tickets are $30. Again, it's a great venue up there. We're thrilled to death to have the Cleveland Orchestra here in the city of Twinsburg. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. Again, this Friday, July 11th. Also, the Chagrin Valley Theater Chorus Line production is going to be one of the tours or one of the events that the seniors will be going to. This will be taking place on July 27th. The seniors will also be going to the Nautica Queen for a luncheon cruise on Friday, August 1st. So lots going on with our seniors, and if you're interested in any of those events, contact our senior coordinator, Laura Seifer, and she'll be happy to make sure you get registered and you're included in those events. Our Akron Zoo community days are August 17th through the 21st. Every year, the Akron Zoo hosts community days with free admissions. So they've delivered the tickets here to City Hall, and they will be available for distribution starting July 21st. 4 tickets per household, and you can pick them up at the Fitness Center, City Hall, or the Community Center. So 4 tickets starting July 21st to pick them up. The dates are August 17th through 21st, free days at the Akron Community Zoo. I would like to congratulate Karen House. Karen House was recently elected to the Regional Council of Governments Board of Trustee for Rita, so congratulations. This was quite a exciting nomination for Karen. She went through the election and attended the meeting at which she was elected, so she is now serving from July 1st, 2014 to June 30th, 2017. She serves with 2 other members on the Board of Trustees, Steve Presley and Fashan Shah. So congratulations, Karen. I know that she was very excited about that, and it is quite an esteemed position, so congratulations.
Thank you for nominating me.
You're welcome. And also, I would like to congratulate Mark Gutowski in particular and his crew who have installed the flags on McTerrian Parkway and throughout the city for the Parade of Flags. This has really been such a patriotic event for our city, and we're looking forward to the other days that they'll be putting out the flags. Again, if you're interested in getting a flag in front of your place of business or in front of your home, it's $30 for the year, and the crew will come out and install the flag. After the holiday's over, they take it down, they store it, and then they bring it back for the next holiday. The holidays they put the flags up for are Memorial Day, Flag Day, Independence Day, Patriots Day, and Veterans Day. So thank you, Mark. I know that's a lot of hard work. We really appreciate it. Thank your team members. And we hope the Parade of Flags will spread through the entire community because it is so beautiful. Again, this is raising money for the American Veterans Traveling Tribute, which is coming to the city of Twinsburg July 5th of next year. And Shannon Collins, Angel Keefe, Adele, working with the VFW, raising money. I believe you've raised over $50,000 for the event so far. That is pretty spectacular to raise that amount of money in such a short period of time. Still, quite a few thousand left to raise. So we appreciate all the support that the community is giving, our businesses are supplying. And also, we have another event coming up, which is September
13th.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
September 13th, we're going to have our 2nd annual Freedom 5K Memorial Mile. Registration is available now. If you go to twinsburgveterans.com, you can sign up. It's a fun day. You get to run the route, which is, again, McTerrian Parkway lined with over 100 American flags. Hopefully, Chief, we're going to have the fire trucks with flag again.
Put them on the spot
No
right
pressure?
now. Just write it down.
So, yeah, that's our next event, so September 13th.
So there are lots of things going on in the city to raise money for the traveling tribute. Again, thank you to our VFW members for bringing this to the city of Twinsburg. It is quite an undertaking, but they're doing a great job, and we're glad that they're receiving so much support. Also, I'd like to thank Mickey Resmick, who is the president of North Coast Multisports. Mickey puts on a lot of our sporting events, our races here in the city of Twinsburg. The latest one they did was on June 1st. It was the duathlon. Really does a spectacular job of managing these events, and I would like to also thank his team members, Jackie Belko, Brian Burke, Jen Bettison, Dr. Greg Hahn, the medical director from Cleveland Clinic, Dave Kleinman, Derek Schroeder, Bill Snow, Ted Yates, and Joe Zeitz. Thank you. They do a wonderful job, and again, it's one of the events that makes Twinsburg a fun place to live, so thank you. Nice job. Also to Jen Charlton, who hosted, sponsored, spearheaded the Taste of Twinsburg. This was the first annual event, took place Saturday, June 21st on Twinsburg Township Square, right up in the center of town. I understand, I wasn't here that day, I was out of town, but I understand there were between 4,000 and 5,000 people that attended the Taste of Twinsburg. And this was between 2 and 8 p.m. in the evening. So that's a really small time span to have that many people come to an event. Everything that I've heard, the event was really tremendous. The vendors were appreciative. The restaurants enjoyed participating, and everyone who attended had a great time. I know that this event would not have happened and would not have been as good if not for Jen Charlton, who is a producer at Fox 8 News, and we really appreciate what she did. And her volunteers, Kenny Crumpton, everybody else that attended, so thank you. And we hope that they're willing to undertake that again next year. It really is a big job, but we appreciate the work that they put into it, and it turned out so nice. Also, I'd like to thank Sherry Bevan Walsh. Sherry is our Summit County prosecutor. She brought a defense class for women to the city of Twinsburg. I attended the defense class. It was really amazing. We learned a lot. She's very, very enthusiastic about women's defense. She has taken this program into several cities. We were happy to host it here in the city of Twinsburg. We thank her for taking the time and bringing the experts in. Again, we had maybe 60, 70 women who participated, and all of them said that they learned a lot. We hope we never have to use it, but it's good information to have. So thank you to our Summit County prosecutor for that. Other than that, I guess we're ready to start with Karen House with our finance report.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to give your information regarding the month of June as far as what we collected. Well, I should say July, because we received our first advance distribution at $1,507,755 compared to last year's advance in the amount of $1,505,953. This reflects just 0.12% increase over last year. Year-to-date collections thus far as of July is $14,971,496 compared to last year at this time in the amount of $16,139,430. This reflects a 7.24 decrease compared to last year. I will send you a full updated report once I get the second advance distribution, and I will send it out to you. Even though you'll be on break, I'll send it out to you for your information. Just to give you an update, I know everyone has received their June 2014 report, but just wanted to give you a biannual update. And it's reflective in the June report, so you can refer to the numbers that I give. You can find that in the report as well. But thus far, we received, and this is wonderful, we received $1.7 million worth of grants, of which, thanks to Larry, the mayor, et cetera, we received for the Cornerstone Cleanup Program state funding of $1,158,982. We also received $395,253 in Ohio Public Works. That's in our Capital Improvement Fund. Thanks, Amy. And then $30,434,000 in permissive tax. Those are just to name a few. Year-to-date authorized general fund transfers out goes to the following funds. As of June, police and fire pension, $1,159,000. Employee payout reserve, $300,000. Glen Eagles, $140,781, and capital improvements, $3,596,337. Of that, of what was transferred over to capital improvement, I also want to indicate that we closed two funds. The tap-in use fee, that was $146,093. That also went to the capital improvement fund for Glen Eagles golf course improvement. We closed development escrow, Fund 275, and that amount was $435,404. That also went towards the golf improvement land development, and that is also placed in the capital improvement fund. The total amount is $581,497. And just the last note, as of year-to-date, reflective June 30th, I should say, the city has collected 65% of the estimated revenue for the general fund, of which we've expensed 59% of the general budget. The total estimated revenue collected year-to-date, we've collected 61%, and total expensed as of June, 53%. Also, just to let you know, tomorrow, the state auditors will be returning to complete their audit. And that's all I have to report. Any questions?
Thank you, Karen. Chief Morgan, Fire Department.
Good evening.
Hi, Chief.
With regards to the fire department, in the month of June, we had 172 requests for assistance throughout the city and the township. That still puts us on a pace slightly behind where we were last year. But as I pointed out previously, the number of EMS calls has decreased, which generally takes 2 people per vehicle, and the number of fire and rescue calls have increased, which takes more people per vehicle. So we've had fewer calls, but we're still staying busy, I guess is the ultimate story there. On the fire prevention side of things, we've completed 145 inspections over the month of June. We have 5 that are still past due, and we also completed 7 fire safety education events. 3 fire investigations were open through the course of the month, and we were able to close all 3 of those investigations as well. We had 37 total training exercises of different variations through the course of June, and with regard to points of interest, we did complete our hydrant flushing through the city and the township about mid-June, so we finished well ahead of schedule. A list of hydrants needing maintenance will be forwarded to Cleveland Water for their attention. And as we witnessed earlier this evening, we did promote Marcus Kettner to lieutenant effective June 29th. Again, Marcus has been with us for 17 years, so he's established himself well in the department, and I'm sure he'll be successful in his new ventures. And the fire department is continuing to evaluate candidates for full-time employment with the department, as we currently have 1 vacancy that needs to be filled. And that's my report for this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Chief, also, we're going to have delay in our siren testing in August.
That's correct. Thank you for mentioning that. In light of Twins Days festivities going on the first week in August, when we generally do the siren test on Saturday at noon, we are going to postpone that to the second week of August, so we don't disrupt the activities of Twins Days. And press releases will be going out to that effect to make sure everyone's up to date on that.
Great, thank you. Lieutenant Konjeski?
Good evening. During the month of June, the City of Twinsburg Communications Center generated 2,404 calls for service among the Twinsburg Police and Fire Departments and the Reminderville Police and Fire Departments. Total count for the year is 14,307. The Twinsburg police officers arrested and or cited into court 120 suspects in June on 162 different counts. The arrest counts included 6 theft-related charges, 19 drug-related charges, 3 disorderly conduct charges, 2 domestic violence charges, 18 for driving under suspension or without a valid license, 19 for operating under the influence of alcohol and or drugs of abuse, and 3 other alcohol-related charges. The remaining charges were either warrants or traffic-related offenses. Twinsburg officers issued 216 written warnings in June and 49 parking citations. Officers investigated 37 traffic crashes, of which 9 were injury crashes and 9 were on private property. And we didn't have any fatal accidents in the month of June. And that's it.
Excellent. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris Campbell, Public Works. Oh, I've just been corrected, and rightly so. Assistant Chief, I'm sorry.
Good evening, Council. Public Works Department, the 4th round of branch shipping began yesterday, and will probably continue for another week and a half. Last month we had just over 500 stops, so it's getting pretty busy out there with that program. So we'll probably be out there about a week and a half this time around. The next scheduled pickup is August. That'll be Monday, August 4th, and that'll be followed by the September, and then finally the October pickup. Street sweeping, we were able to finally finish the first round of sweeping for the season. We had some repairs that needed to be made to the equipment. We plan on going back out probably just prior to Twins Days, get the city cleaned up for that event. The crews are out in the parks. We're making a big effort this year, spending a lot of time in the parks, doing regular parks maintenance, but we're also trying to enhance the parks, laying some concrete down in some areas, and just kind of trying to spruce things up. Some playground mulch is going down. Ball field dirt is going down, which is a special dirt that we're applying. So making an effort out there to enhance some of those things. We've done a couple bridge repairs, and so we're going to continue on with that program. Storm sewer work, we completed the 6th trip through the city, cleaning the collection points in the storm system. Very little debris is coming out right now, so the system's in pretty good shape. They're cleaning ditch lines as we can to keep that flow going through those ditches. We had several sanitary system repairs. We've completed everything we had on the schedule for this year. I think that was 6 or 7 digs, so that program went really well. Other than that, our normal work for this time of the year is landscape maintenance, trail maintenance, grass cutting, a lot of assistance to community events, roadway repairs continue, traffic signals, road sign repair and replacement. So departments out there in a lot of different areas doing some good work, and they're very busy. So we've got a lot going on. So they're doing a great job, and that's my report.
Thank you. The parks are looking really nice, so
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Chief, the new light at Ashdale and Ravenna, when was that going to be timed?
You know, I don't know that.
Pardon me?
Yes.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Chris.
We are on a little bit of a back order on the controller cabinet. We
Okay.
worked through that issue in the last week, so they're now installing all the components into the cabinet. That has to come out before they'll energize. The electric company will work there. We're still shooting to get it up and running, soon, but we'll be fortunate to get it by the end of the month, but then it's got to run through the cycle. So it probably won't be in full operation before Twins Days.
When you say
but
run
our-
through the cycle, what do you mean?
Basically, you've got to put up your advance notice. You've got to do your flash cycle, and actually, when you activate a new signal, there's a whole process that occurs. You just can't flip a switch and turn it on.
Okay.
So you have to put the advance notice out there, and then you run the system that way. So, but we're still hoping that they'll have that energized close to the end of the month. But the controller cabinet and some of the components were the slowdown. We've got the poles all up and everything else. We're just kind of on a back order on a few items.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Okay, Jim Roberts, you report on Glen Eagles.
Good evening, Council. We had a busy holiday weekend at the golf course with the nice weather. However, in the month of June, we did have some strong rainstorm events, but did not cause any significant damage to the golf course. Water pumped out for irrigation use year-to-date for 2014 is 3.1 million gallons compared to 2013 at 2.4 million gallons. The golf staff is doing a great job keeping up with maintenance operations such as mowing, seeding, irrigation and drainage repairs, bunker work, and other various landscape duties. Also, we are continuing to remove the poor condition ash trees around the golf course the best we can. This is going to be an ongoing process. There's quite a few out there that are showing signs of problems, so we're doing the best we can to take those down. As part of this year's approved capital, the debris blower was purchased last month and is in use. That item did come under the budgeted amount. There is legislation tonight to accept the bid for the 2014 golf improvements. This was discussed earlier at the caucus. This includes upgrades to the practice range, irrigation system, and modifications to a couple golf holes. And lastly, the McTarrian Golf Outing is scheduled for Friday, July 18th. If anyone is interested, they can call the police department or Glen Eagles. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. That's all we have this evening. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Good evening.
The official Human Resources report. The new website is still on track to be up and running by the end of this month. The address for that site is still going to be mytwinsburg.com. Each department has designated an administrator who will be responsible for maintaining current information on their department's webpage. So we should be able to have everything be fresh and current, and one designated person in every department will be responsible for that. We are training those administrators this week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, July 9th, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Twinsburg Fitness Center, we're having a Healthy Heart screenings. These are free tests conducted by the Cleveland Clinic. They're available to all employees as well as the general public. No appointment is needed. Just stop on over, and the screenings include blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood glucose. We also currently have a vacancy in our wastewater treatment plant for an experienced chief operator. If anybody's interested, more information can be found on our website, mytwinsburg.com. And I wanted to take a moment to recognize our IT staff, Don McCabe and Mark Katowski. Just out of curiosity, I know they do a lot more than just repair computers, so I took a look at the help desk requests just for like last month. So last month alone, the requests included issues involving the PCs, iPads, cell phones, landlines, police radios, the website, various video services, gas key codes, our POS system in Parks and Rec, security access in various buildings, network cables, switches, and servers, remote logins, fax machines, the postage meter, police mobile data terminals, email, voicemail, printers, cameras, and numerous software-related issues and installations. So they cover a lot of territory, and I just wanted to say thank you to Don and Mark. Lastly, the civil service meeting is going to be held Thursday, July 12th, here at City Hall in the Engineering Conference Room. That's at 8 o'clock. The only item on the agenda is some discussion regarding costs and options for anticipated promotional exams. That's the end of my report.
Thank you. Thank you, HR Director Colette.
Now we're all
That's
set.
all we need, I think.
All right. Okay, so then we will go ahead and move on to legislation. And to begin, we've got Resolution 53, 2014. Shannon?
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Article 3 of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg regarding council term.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 53, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. Any discussion?
Do we need this? Do you want to go over what these are about?
Sure. Would you
This
like to do?
particular proposal will change the charter to establish an official starting date for a council's term. It's generally just been the first meeting of the month in December, and it changes every year. So we've been notified, I believe, by Summit County Board of Elections that they would like to see a date, so we're setting the date as December 1st as the official day for the council term to begin.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 53, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 54, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Article 4 of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg regarding the vacancy in the mayor's office.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 54, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Yates. Discussion?
This proposal establishes a chain in the event there's a vacancy in the office of mayor. The current reading in our charter states that the president of council shall assume the duties, but we took it further than that, and the charter review recommended several different steps of going to the vice president, and if that doesn't work, then there's another step where the council will vote and appoint someone as the acting mayor.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 54, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 55, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Section 4.05A of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg regarding powers of the mayor.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 55, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. Mr. Sorese seconded. Any discussion?
This proposal basically identifies the mayor as our safety director. The mayor has always been the safety director here, but it wasn't pointed out anywhere in the charter. And as the committee reviewed other charters, they found other cities actually state that, so they wanted to add that to our charter.
Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 55, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 56, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Section 4.05B of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg regarding the powers of the mayor.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 56, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Yates. Mr. Sorese?
This basically gives the mayor a vote on appointments to all boards and commissions. Prior to this, our current charter language reads that council shall appoint the members of boards and commissions, and this gives the mayor a vote in that decision-making.
Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 56, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 57, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Section 7.05 of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg regarding the Civil Service Commission.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 57, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Roden. Mr. Sorese, discussion?
This proposal will change the charter regarding Civil Service Commission. It was a lot of mainly housekeeping to get rid of things that are no longer in effect here in the city, and to list all of our department heads and so forth under the correct categories, which have changed over the years. So we just updated everything basically on this one.
Great. Thank you. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Okay, Resolution 57, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 58, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Section 7.12 of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg regarding the Department of Parks and Recreation.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 58, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Yates. Mr. Sorese?
This one just clarifies, the Parks and Rec Department was listed in the charter, but there wasn't much under it, and the Charter Review Commission felt there should be a little description of the position and how they served.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 58, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 59, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Section 7A01 of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg regarding changes to the zoning and the zoning of annexed land.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 59, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. Mr. Fury seconded. Discussion, Mr. Sorese?
This amendment will, is in regards to the zoning classification and subclassification of land in the city and the procedures.
Okay, any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 59, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 60, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Section 8.01 of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg, repealing the primary election for the office of the mayor.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 60, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second. I'll yield.
Which one's yielding?
I'll yield.
Okay. I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Yates. Any discussion for Mr. Sorese?
This proposal would repeal the primary election for the office of mayor in the city.
Any other discussion on this? Nope. Okay. Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
No.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
No.
Okay, Resolution 60, 2014 passes by a 4-2 vote. Apologize. I have 4-2 vote. Okay, next we have Resolution 61, 2014.
A resolution requesting and authorizing the Summit County Board of Elections to place upon the City of Twinsburg ballot at the general election of November 4th, 2014, certain proposed amendments to Article 12 of the Charter of the City of Twinsburg permitting the use of electronic notification.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 61, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. Discussion, Mr. Sorese?
This proposal would allow for the city to use electronic notification along with, right now they publish things in the paper and so forth, and this would allow things to be advertised via electronic.
Right. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 61, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Okay, next we have Ordinance 65, 2014.
An ordinance adopting the tax budget of the City of Twinsburg, Ohio for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2015, and submitting the same to the county auditor.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 65, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. Is there any discussion on this?
This simply allows us to collect taxes to allocate towards the police and fire pensions and the property that we are, the Liberty Park that we're collecting property tax on.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Ordinance 65, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have ordinance 66, 2014.
An ordinance approving the recodification, editing, and inclusion of certain ordinances as parts of the various component codes of the codified ordinances of Twinsburg, Ohio.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 66, 2014. Is there a second?
No second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Fury. Any discussion?
This ordinance is done annually. It allows us to collect all the changes that we've made to the codes throughout the year and update them so that they are read correctly.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Thank you. Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 66, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have ordinance 71, 2014.
An ordinance adopting the document known as the Comprehensive Plan for the Municipality of Twinsburg.
Okay, and this is on its second reading. Next, we have resolution 78, 2014.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Twinsburg Industrial Properties II, LLC, and FedEx Ground under the Community Reinvestment Area Program created pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 3735.66 for real property tax abatement.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 78, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. Mr. McDermott, second. Any discussion?
Yes, I would just like to mention that this is a significant investment in our community. This project is about a $55 million project. It will have a payroll of somewhere between $1.7 and $2 million, at least initially, and with job creation will then increase from there. It's 307,000 square feet. We're looking at a tax abatement of 25% for 5 years. So I would appreciate support on this particular piece of legislation this evening. We're very excited about bringing FedEx to the Cornerstone Business Park.
Agree. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Thank you.
Thank you. Resolution 78, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have resolution 79, 2014.
A resolution declaring the month of August as Summit Kids Month in the city of Twinsburg.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 79, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second. No yield.
Okay. Let's see. I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Roden, I believe. Any discussion? Was it? Was it?
Was it seconded by Mr.
Oh, was it
Sorese?
Mr. Sorese?
Sorese.
Okay, sorry about Mr. Sorese. I apologize. Hearing from both sides.
It's okay.
Okay.
I've been there. Mm-hmm.
Any discussion on this? No. Okay, Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Resolution 79, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have ordinance 80, 2014.
An ordinance accepting the bid of Frontier Construction 3826 Route 31 East, Jones Mills, Pennsylvania, 15646 for the 2014 golf course improvement projects and declaring an emergency.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules on Resolution 80, 2014, and place it on its third and final reading and declare it an emergency. Is there a second?
No second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Fury. Any discussion on the emergency clause?
The reason for the emergency is that we have the best and most qualified contractor that would like to start some of the work on the golf course, and by putting on an emergency, we can get this going this week.
Any other discussion on that? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Okay, emergency clause passes 6-0. Now I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 80, 2014, Ordinance 80, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
As an emergency.
As an emergency? Okay.
Yeah, I'll second.
Is there, all right, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Roden. Any more discussion?
No.
All right. Okay, Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Okay, Ordinance 80, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Ordinance 81, 2014.
An ordinance amending Section 147.27, maternity paternity leave of the codified ordinances of the City of Twinsburg and declaring an emergency.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules on Ordinance 81, 2014, place it on its third and final reading, and declare it an emergency. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. Any discussion on the emergency clause?
The emergency is necessary so that we can update our employee policy immediately instead of wait through 3 readings in another 60 days, which would take almost 2 months at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Okay, the emergency clause passes 6-0. Now I'd like to make a motion to adopt Ordinance 81, 2014 as an emergency. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Roden. Any discussion?
This just establishes a paternity-maternity plan that's in agreement with the federal code.
Hey, any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Okay, Ordinance 81, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Ordinance 82, 2014.
An ordinance approving a change order to the contract with Parent Asphalt for modifications of additional work related to the 2014 road improvement project and declaring an emergency.
This time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules on Ordinance 82, 2014, and place it on its third and final reading and declare it an emergency. Is there a second?
No, I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. Any discussion on the emergency clause?
The reason for the emergency is that we need to award this road project so that we can start the work as soon as possible. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Emergency clause passes 6-0. Now I'd like to make a motion to adopt Ordinance 82, 2014 as an emergency. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Fury. Any more discussion? Okay, Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Ordinance 82, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 83, 2014.
A resolution acknowledging council's receipt and review of the monthly financial statements submitted by the Finance Department for May 2014.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 83, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. Any discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
A Resolution 83, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Resolution 84, 2014.
A resolution confirming the Planning Commission determination that an Alzheimer memory care facility is a similar use to the uses permitted by right in R7 Senior Residence District.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 84, 2014.
I'll second. Yield.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Yates. Any discussion?
This was in front of Planning Commission at the last meeting. It was approved unanimously, and I think it fits in with the district and what's being proposed, and I think it's going to be a great addition to the city.
I agree. Very exciting project. We're looking forward to it.
Any other discussion? Thank you. Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 84, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote as an emergency. Oh, I'm sorry, 6-0 vote. No emergency. Next, we have Ordinance 85, 2014.
An ordinance amending the current year appropriations for various special revenue accounts as established in Ordinance 19, 2014, the appropriation ordinance of the City of Twinsburg for the year 2014, and declaring an emergency.
This time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules on Ordinance 85, 2014, place it on its third and final reading, and declare it an emergency. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. I believe he had that in. Any discussion?
This is just basically we're changing some accounting structure in the city, moving some money around, and the reason for the emergency is we'd like to get it done immediately so that our records are up to date.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Emergency clause passes 6-0. Now I'd like to make a motion to adopt Ordinance 85, 2014 as an emergency. Is there a second?
I'll say.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Roden. Any further discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Ordinance 85, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote.
That-
As an emergency? Oh, did I?
That
did-
85?
It's 85.
85.
85.
Just making sure. I'm on.
Sorry. All right, now we're on Resolution 86, 2014.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a supply agreement with Interstate Gas Supply Incorporated to continue our natural gas aggregation program beyond September 2014, when the current supply agreement ends.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 86, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. McDermott. Any discussion?
This is a simple extension of our gas agreement with Interstate Gas Company to allow us to continue the gas aggregation program. We will set a price with our consultant, most likely in the August-September timeframe, and this gives us an opportunity to, again, offer a price, the best price we can get to our residents for a discount on energy. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Resolution 86, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have Ordinance 87, 2014.
An ordinance approving the construction agreement and stormwater agreements for the Corbett's Farm subdivision Phase 2 and accepting the bond for the same in accordance with the plans on file with the city engineer and declaring an emergency.
This time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules on ordinance 87, 2014, place it on its third and final reading, and declare it an emergency. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Roden. Any discussion?
The reason for the emergency is that they're under construction right now. They need to move forward with storm sewers. They put a bond in place, and we just need to allow them to continue to develop that area. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any further discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Okay, emergency clause passes 6-0. Now I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 87, 2014 as an emergency. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Sorese. Any further discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Okay, ordinance 87, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. Next, we have resolution 88, 2014.
A resolution accepting a right-of-way donation and temporary easement from Pulte Homes of Ohio, LLC, unto the city of Twinsburg, Ohio, for the State Route 91 Phase 1 Widening Improvement Project.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution 88, 2014. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Roden. Any discussion? Okay, Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Okay, resolution 88, 2014 passes by a 6-0 vote. That's the end of our legislation. Now moving on to unfinished business, new business, and miscellaneous. Mr. McDermott.
I have nothing this evening.
Okay, Mr. Sorese.
I just want to thank my colleagues for, I asked you to wait to vote on the charter amendments because I was absent last meeting. I appreciate your waiting for me and allowing me to vote. Thank you. That's it.
You're welcome.
No report this evening. Nothing. Thank you.
Okay. I would like to, actually, I'd like to make a motion to authorize Phase 2 design of the State Route 91 Darrow Road from Glenwood Drive to the city of Solon. The scope of the project is to widen the pavement to 4 lanes, 2 northbound, 2 southbound, and design the intersection of State Route 91, Meadowood Boulevard, Ethans Drive, as recommended by the Traffic Alternative Analysis prepared by the GPD Group dated April 2011 to increase capacity, reduce congestion, and improve safety in this State Route 91 corridor. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Fury.
So your motion is to put the roundabout in at Meadowood and 91.
I think it's to get moving with the project.
Okay.
Yes. My motion's, yeah, my motion
Which is to put the roundabout in, though.
Yeah.
To move forward with the roundabout.
to move forward with the project.
Okay. Yeah, I had mixed emotions or mixed feelings about this project, but yeah, after sitting down with the city engineer as well as the mayor and really looking at the data, I think I saw 30% better throughput with the roundabout. The 4 lanes blend well into that area, and with the less impact points, it's just simply a safer design. So I will be supporting this evening.
I just think that it's not what the people in Meadowood want. It's not, I think, what the people in part of your area want. And I was voted in by the people, and I'm going to do what the people want. So I'm not for it.
Any other discussion?
And actually, let me just rephrase. I'm not for widening the road, but I am not for the roundabout to be put in that position.
I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for me, it just comes down to safety. It's the safest solution. Okay, so any other discussion? Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott,
No.
Mr. Yates,
Yes.
Mr. Roden,
No.
Mr. Sorese.
No.
Okay, motion passes. Not pass,
Tied.
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 Sorry, I lost
3-3.
count again. Yeah,
3-3.
so now we,
No action.
no action. Okay. After that, I guess all I want to say is, I want to once again thank the Charter Review Commission for all the work that they put in. It's a lot of time spent doing that. And I really would like to thank Jen Charlton. I wasn't able to attend the Taste of Twinsburg. I was out of town, but I've heard wonderful things, and I certainly had plenty of time to watch the news. There was a lot of coverage, so I really appreciate her showcasing Twinsburg the way she did. And that is all I have. Mr. Roden?
I have nothing this evening, thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Yates?
Nothing else this evening.
Mayor?
No report, thank you.
Mr. Maestros?
I'd just like to wish the mayor happy birthday, and that's it.
Oh,
Took my
Mayor's
Thank
birthday
you. I almost
today.
made it.
You should sing.
On the count of 3, Council.
okay. Happy birthday, Mayor.
Actually, Dave's is coming up shortly, and he's going to be
5-0.
one of the big ones this year for him.
Big
brought that
already?
up.
Yeah. And if you send me an email, I'll let you know how old.
Okay, Shannon, do you have anything?
Well,
Happy
Dave
birthday.
took mine, but
Where's the
happy
cake?
birthday again, Mayor.
Happy birthday again.
We had cake
Okay.
earlier.
Yeah.
It's okay. Can't eat it anyway.
Okay. Well, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to excuse Sam Scafidi from tonight's council meeting. Is there a second? I made the motion. It was seconded by Mr. Fury. Shannon, please call the roll.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Roden?
Yes.
Mr. Sorese?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi? Mr. McDermott?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Okay, with no further business then. Oh, motion passes 6-0, sorry. Phew. With no further business, I guess we'll adjourn the meeting. Right?
I enjoyed spending my birthday again with you this year, so thank you.
Meeting adjourned.